You know the thing that shocks people the most when they find out that I have a natural skincare line? I'm a founder of one. It's that I don't wear sunscreen every day or ever. Here is a short video that explains the science of why I don't wear sunscreen.
Said UV damages collagen, elastin, and DNA, which ages your skin.
Look, Brian is totally right. UV light does damage collagen, elastin, and DNA, but UV light is not the sun. I got the science. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's first look at the sunlight spectrum. Only 0.13% of sunlight is UVB and around 9% of sunlight is UVA. So less than 10% of the full spectrum of sunlight is UV light. And greater than 50% of sunlight is infrared, this invisible light wavelength that actually increases collagen production and increases elastin. We also know that when UV light actually shines on the skin and breaks DNA, p53 is actually increased, which is a tumor suppressor protein that regulates cell division and tumor formation. We have great literature showing that when you shine near infrared light prior to UV exposure and we measure erythema, basically the redness of the skin, we see that the near infrared light reduces erythema prior to UV exposure. We can also take skin cells, put it in a petri dish, shine UVA light, and what we see is a 50% reduction in the cell viability. The cells die off. But when we shine UVA light plus near infrared light, the cell viability goes right back to baseline as if the UV light doesn't even play a role at all. And that's what we're seeing here. We have a majority of infrared light in the sunlight spectrum compared to UV. So the majority of the sunlight spectrum increases collagen, increases elastin, and preconditions the skin to UV light. Now let's look at what the UV is actually doing, because yes, UV in isolation, as we see here, damages the cells, what Brian Johnson is saying, but UV does not equate to sunlight. Now we have DNA repair mechanisms all throughout our body, and the primary mechanism to remove UV induced DNA damage is what's called nucleotide exclusion repair, or NER, N-E-R. And NER, guess what, is controlled by our circadian rhythm, and our circadian rhythm is controlled by the light that we expose our eyes to. NER gets expressed the most during the day at peak UV hours and flattens at night. If our circadian rhythm is misaligned, NER does not get expressed properly. It either has a flattened curve or the curve is shifted, and our DNA repair mechanism, the primary one to remove UV induced DNA damage, gets disrupted and we can't repair the DNA properly. So yes, UV in isolation does damage DNA, does damage collagen and elastin, but the vast majority of sunlight is not UV. Only a small percentage of sunlight is UV. The majority of it is infrared, which improves collagen production, improves elastin, and preconditions the skin to UV exposure.